Welcome to the crack of dawn. I'm so excited to be back. It was just raining before we got here. I have a guest tonight. I'm so excited. I have Jen from Hein Farm, and Hein Farm is it's on Meadow Road, right?
Meadow Road, yep.
Meadow Road in Farmington, and it's got like that cool. What year is that truck? She drives like I think you got a couple of them. She has 3 trucks. They look like 1950s.
It's the 54 one that
54.
goes up, yeah.
It's a Ford.
That one's a Chevy.
It is.
Yeah.
So she's got these cool farm trucks, Chevy 19, what did you say, 54?
A 52, a 54, and a 48.
And one runs or they all go? They all go?
One runs.
One goes. And so she brings it around and she's got, I was just there today and we were looking around and she grows every single thing that's there you grow, right? Pretty much.
Pretty much.
I mean, sometimes you can't grow everything. Like you might have coffee cakes from a different company or cheese or something that you don't do.
Right.
But the flowers in front of us, you can pick your own flowers at Hein Farm. And, oh, that was your chair. And then behind us, you can see she has tomatoes, garlic, I did not know, is like a carrot. It has a big long stem that she pulls out of the ground. How many garlics on one stem? Just one?
Well, you get one bulb underneath.
One
so
bulb?
You pull it, and it's a nice fat bulb.
And can you plant them close together, or do you have to spread
Pretty
them?
close together. You plant them in October or November.
I can't even believe it. And then you have the ball jars here ready for people to put little...
Yep.
And then they can gather little baskets of fruits and vegetables. It's so nice. I can't even believe it. And she bought a little house in the property. So it's cool. How old is the house?
200 years.
It is? Mm-hmm. Oh my God, I can't even believe it. And it's like the perfect property. There's hardly any neighbors. Meadow Road, as you know, is like a big farming part anyway.
Right up from the meadows.
Yeah, I can't even believe it. That's crazy. So anyway, what we're going to paint today, she's already got kind of a head start just because. She said she doesn't have an ounce. Are you good at math? Probably, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Math is the opposite of art, but she said she can't like draw that good.
I can do art through the flowers, just not on canvas.
I can't wait. Yeah, so she's going to do this. We're doing the ball jar, which is the typical jar. And you have these at the farm, so when people go, they don't have to bring vases or anything. No. Can they put it in the jar without water and get it home in time and just add the water? Or do you have
if they live close, but we usually add
the
water. And then they put it in the cup holder to drive it home.
I can't even believe it. And then, so what do you offer? Like a wide range of vegetables?
Yeah, everything. Garlic, tomatoes.
Corn?
I don't grow corn, but we have corn.
You have corn? Mm-hmm. Oh my God, I can't believe it. I just threw corn in the air fryer. I hope the house doesn't burn down. I put air, I Googled it.
Yeah.
I Googled air in the corn fryer, and then it had the recipe, and I didn't even read it because I don't follow directions. So I just threw it in with olive oil, salt, and pepper, and
Did it come out?
I hit the French fry button instead of the broccoli button. So the air fryer, you know how it has pictures of stuff. So I was like, I don't know what to hit. So I think I'll hit like the broccoli button, and then it went through, and then I hit the French fry button. So I don't know what
Was it good?
I don't know. It's still going, unless the house is burnt down.
James is upstairs.
So here's what we're gonna do. She's painting, and I'm just gonna show you a quick sketch. I grabbed a square frame. I always like square frames. Now, would I have grabbed a square frame if I was back shopping? Probably not, because the ball glass is kind of tall. So I might have grabbed something that's more rectangular like this, so it can be taller. But I didn't, so can't go back. So I'll show you basically how to draw it, and I don't know if Rich is going to do bird's eye. You could do bird's eye. Yeah, you could do bird's eye. I'll do it like this. So basically when you're doing, and he's got it. Hold on. Yep, I got it. Ooh, wait. Okay. Yes. All right, so I'm just going to make basically an oval. If you can see that. I don't know if you can even see it. All right, I got to stay still. Sorry, Rich.
Are you drawing this one too, or are you drawing?
Yeah, well, I'm going to do it different than yours. And then I'm just going to do a couple little things where the ball jar goes like this, and then it's going to go out like a Yankee candle. Isn't it kind of like a Yankee candle jar, like a large candle? Yeah. Pretty much. And then, now do you use like deliveries to have everything delivered? Like an Amazon kind of thing?
No.
So do you have to go and pick up stuff that you're selling, or just basically everything's grown there?
Sometimes I go to other farms to pick up stuff. I thought you meant do we deliver to people's houses?
No. What about pandemic? Were you open, or did you open just? You really were?
Yeah.
I bet you had a lot of business.
We were busy.
That. Yeah, I was thinking that. Yeah. Now, again, I was telling Jen, all the people think water is blue, and it's not. So remember, if you're doing a clear glass of water like a ball jar, you're going to want to keep the jar, the same color as whatever's in the background. So whatever's in the background is basically going to go through on the jar. And flowers, I was telling Jen, are kind of hard to.
Easier to grow than paint.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know how you do it. So I was asking Jen earlier, I was like, did you go to school to learn this? And you said environmental science, right?
Yeah, but I learned kind of on the job.
You did?
Yeah.
And then right after school, you went right to work for a place, right? You said?
I ran a retail garden center in my 20s in West Hartford.
In West Hartford?
Yeah, Gled Hill Nursery.
Gled Hill?
Yeah, it's not there anymore, but
It's not?
No, it was fun though. I love that job.
You did?
Yeah.
God, I can't believe it. And you learned a ton from the
learned a
owners?
ton.
Tons?
Yeah, tons.
And they were really nice about teaching you and everything?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun. Remember, flowers are pretty easy. Don't get stressed over it. And I was telling Jen, make the background color one and make the bottom another color and, keep it simple. And, we'll see how good it comes out. We're not sure if we're going to do 1 or 2 episodes. We're not sure. I certainly don't want to bore you. I ran into a couple people that watched the show. Thank you, Joan. Hi. A nurse today that I could never be a nurse. Could you ever?
No.
Oh,
I'm thankful for nurses, but I can nurse plants, but not people.
I could never. I think it's one of the hardest jobs.
That
And the surgeon thing is hard too because they come up and take care of the whole thing. But I swear to God, I think when your patient's knocked out at that point, like most of the time, if you're cutting open somebody, and then the nurse has to deal with all the problems when they wake up and before they go under, and all the pains in the butts you got to deal with. It's like I'm not good with pain. Are you good? I'm a terrible patient. I'm terrible. So I ran into a nurse today and she was great. So that was nice. Now I'm going to start painting mine. I did mine with a Sharpie. So, it's going to be hard to get over those lines, but sometimes it's nice to have those. And just remember that your background, whatever you pick, she's picking like a really nice, that looks really nice. And it doesn't matter. Just remember, wash your brushes, because if you don't wash them and you mix them together with other colors, it's a pain. You forget. And the watercolor can turn like black, and it's still going to be able to work. So she picked like a Tiffany blue for the foreground, and then like kind of a neutral background. I'm going to kind of do the same, and you can mix on all of this too. Put it right over there or right under here. Yeah. And then, so what I'm going to do is a background color. Now, the other thing that we didn't know about Jen is she was like, now the Olympics are on. She just told me she was like a champion diver, like the people that dive off the board.
Many years
in
ago,
college.
yeah.
And she went to college to dive. Can't believe it. And then she said she was a gymnast, but you can't be tall. I did not know that.
You can, but it's harder.
It's harder to flip and do turns and things like that. It is?
Yeah.
And do they like slowly break it to you, like when you're like 13?
Pretty much.
Like if you're getting too big on the top, do they tell you have to have the surgery now or to be a ballerina? Like you can't be jumping around like that. Yeah. I can't believe it. And like how many people from your high school did that? A lot? No, right?
Diving? No,
on the diving team?
There's only a few divers usually.
And she went to Holy Cross, where I used to work. I can't even believe it. I wonder if some of the people are still there. I had a guy named Don. Oh, my God, I loved him. U.S. history. Oh, God, Italian guy. Love him.
I didn't have him. I had Mr. Mott. I don't know how I remember that.
Mott?
Mr. Mott.
Oh, I can't remember if he was still there. A lot of people stayed. The cooking teacher, Mrs. Flamenco.
I don't remember that one.
Well, I called her Mrs. Flamingo, but it really was Mrs. Flaminio. You didn't have her? No.
I don't think so.
Did you like it there? Yeah?
It's high school.
Yeah, right.
Really
and you didn't even live at Waterbury, or you did?
No, I lived in Southbury.
Oh, that's fancy, actually. Did you think it was fancy? Kind of fancy.
Yeah, it was kind of fancy.
Yeah, it's kind of fancy. Oh, that's nice. There's that great restaurant in Woodbury that I love. Good Eats or something. Good Times. Good something. It's so good. Can't believe it. They have the best restaurants, though, in Waterbury, don't you think?
There's a lot of good restaurants.
A lot.
Yeah.
And there's a ton of nationalities, because did you know Waterbury has the most Catholic churches in the entire the entire United States of America? Waterbury.
That's a random fact.
Isn't that cool? Could be changed. It's like lesbian capital of the world. It was always Northampton, and now like it's completely changed. It's like I used to be able to brag about it. Now I can't, because like there's a million places now. Now that it's more accepted and kind of cool, you know what I mean? Everybody's nice about it. But that was where everybody went when they didn't want people to be mean. And I can't even believe it. So you're 4 years open. She bought the farm just 5 years ago. Was it already like plowed and a working farm, or did you have to
It's been a farm for 200 years.
Was it working when you bought it?
No, the owner had gotten ill, so it hadn't been worked for a few
So
years.
it hadn't been plowed or anything? Do you have a like rototiller and all that? Or do you rent it?
I have a little old Farmall Cub tractor with a cultivator.
Do you drag it with a tractor or the truck?
Yeah.
You
with
do?
a tractor, yeah.
And you know how to do all that?
Kind of.
can't believe it. I can't. Oh my God, the farming business is huge. Do you wish the farmers market were still at the Hillstead? I miss that.
It was a nice one.
Yeah. Did you don't need a farmers market anymore?
No,
'cause
we
she has her own.
basically are a farmer's market.
You are
every
a
day,
farmers market every day.
Because we have our stuff, and then we have a lot of different Connecticut farms there.
And then she has September 14th, Saturday, chicken stock. It's like Woodstock. Such a good thing. How did you think of that?
Woodstock.
How did you think of that?
A friend came up with that.
Really? That's such a good idea. I love that. And so you'll have a live band.
We have 9 bands.
Oh, you have 9 bands? I did not know that.
Yeah.
Will that test girl come back? That girl too, or no?
She's not playing that day, but the
She's
bands
not?
the bands are great.
They are?
And
what
food
kind of like
trucks,
bands?
alcohol
Like
trucks.
fish kind of things?
kind
or
of
like everything?
Americana, a little bit country, a little Americana. Really good.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
It's such a
fun.
It's such a fun day.
Chicken stock, it's called.
Chicken stock.
And so what at that point in September, will you still have all of the same vegetables and stuff, or does things
A
die
lot
down?
of the same ones. Yeah. And the flowers will be at peak.
And is it true that basically Halloween you're done? Or can you still open?
Well, we stay open through the holidays.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, because you do wreaths. She
Yep.
does wreaths. What else can you sell besides wreaths?
All the local good gifts like honey
Candles?
and pickles.
You sell that all
yeah.
year?
Yep.
You
well,
do?
not we close for the winter, but we're open through Christmas.
You are?
Yeah.
See, that's fun. See, that's a good idea to be open till Christmas. I love it. So I have like kind of like a blue, I don't know, bluish gray background, but I forgot that, people think the water is blue, and in this case, my background's blue. So yeah, it looks like I just lied and said, don't make the water blue, but it's the background of my color, so I got to make sure it's see-through, so I got to do that. And then my stems are going to be green, but I'm going right over those. And yeah, and this is acrylic paint we're using, so it's easy. And, Rich will come out with a sign that'll say 15 minutes in about 2 seconds. And then it'll be like 10, and then it'll be 2, and then we'll be done, and we'll see how it goes. There will also, you have animals, you have like, she has
About 40 chickens.
40 chickens. And the fox will go over the thing and get them, or only when they're running free? 15 minutes.
Only when they're free.
Really?
Yeah.
And you see them grab them? Yeah.
I
They're
have
pretty
s-
fast, though, right?
I have seen it,
Aren't they
yeah.
fast? Have you seen them? Yeah.
Yeah, they are fast.
They're fast.
Yeah.
The chickens? Yeah, she has one rooster.
Oh, the fox is fast. The
fox-
chickens aren't
Oh,
that
the
fast.
chickens aren't that fast?
No,
Oh, God.
no.
Remember the movie
They
Rocky?
kind of waddle and
The movie Rocky, when they make Sylvester Stallone run around and catch
Yep,
chickens,
yep.
old school? Yeah.
that's how I
That's
knew,
why
knew
you knew how to
employees.
grab them. That's so, yeah, because she just grabbed them, like by the tail. She grabbed the thing. And they're like skin and bones, really. It's like a mouse. Everybody's like, I can't believe a mouse got in the house. And it's like the bone structure of a mouse. It's like this, what do they call this grass that she grows?
That's frost explosion.
This is called frost explosion. Isn't it beautiful? Oh,
Or
is it?
I call it like fiber optic grass because it kind of looks like a firework.
And then she does the sunflowers. Now, sunflowers are a quick season, right? They don't last.
Well, you have to keep planting them. So,
You do?
yeah.
I'm going to make a gray background. So I'm going to use a ton of white, and sometimes you want to buy a big jug of white. Remember, acrylic paint comes off everything except, red's not the greatest. Did you paint the farm? How many barns? There's like 5 barns, right? Mm-hmm. All gray?
They're all
Gray and
yeah,
brown.
That's how it was when I got there. Yeah, gray.
Yeah. And what's your favorite one? The one with the shop in it? Have you ever
they're all
slept in there
nice.
just because it's so nice?
Slept in
Yeah,
the shop?
like in the shop? No, never,
No,
never even
no,
thought of
no,
it. No. I love it. I can't even believe you have a farm.
It's a lot of fun.
And you
have
kept
to
the
love
same.
it.
You kept the same name, right?
Yeah.
Hein Farm.
Well, yeah. I started with the old truck, so it's the farm truck at Hein Farm.
That's what it's called. Farm truck at Hein
Officially,
Farm.
yeah.
And then, what's your favorite place to take the truck out to? I like how you brought it to NBC. Was it NBC?
A few years ago, yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah. I don't have a favorite. They're all different. They're
They
all
are?
nice. Yeah. We go mostly businesses now as
Sort of like you'll have. She's having different trucks come on chicken stock too. So
Yeah,
there'll be
food
like
trucks,
food
alcohol
trucks,
truck,
alcohol.
yeah.
What kinds? Like margaritas, anything? They do all sorts.
yeah,
of
they're
stuff,
doing
don't
that. And
they?
then we do a Friday night music too. We have Firefly Fridays coming up.
Really?
Yep.
That's so fun.
Same thing, food truck. Those are free. The chicken stock you got to get a ticket, $25. But that one,
That's good though. That's good. That's good.
that one benefits the Connecticut Farmland Trust. So it's
It does?
Yeah.
God, I can't even believe it. And Like, what kind of partners do you have that you work with? Like, do you usually do like
Different farms. For
There
the
are?
most part, yeah. And
What
I got
about
a good
sub
crew.
edge? That's a whole like.
Well, they do their own thing
They
over
do?
there. Yeah, they're
No,
kind
there's
of.
not. I mean, there's not a lot of them out here. I wouldn't say there's a lot in
Yeah,
Farmington.
I mean,
anyway.
there's enough people in Farmington to go to all the farms.
Do you do those things where people buy like a case?
A CSA?
Yeah, they buy like portions and it comes like in a box and then it has like everything they need. I can't remember.
Oh,
who did
like
that.
a pre-packaged meal type
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Not quite yet, but maybe someday.
Really?
Yeah.
It's sort of like at ShopRite when someone was doing someone else's shopping. I don't think I'd like to do that. So also, so you live with your son, right?
Yep. I have.
Three pit bulls. How many do you have again? No. She's got Tommy, this cat that's so cool. You either like cats or you don't, but you love this cat.
He's
Perfect.
tight.
We have 10 minutes. It's a ton of time. We're going to try to finish it up and see,
I need help done over here.
Oh,
I
yeah,
don't know
we'll
what
see.
I'm doing.
The whole thing is, and then don't forget what I'm doing is, since the background, even this jar, I'm going to put white back in the jar because the jar is going to be reflecting like hers. No, that looks great. Looks great. Yeah, looks great.
What do I need to do?
You need to add some greenage, like the leaves. So you just
okay.
mix a few greens together. You don't want it this, I mean, some of it's this color green. Actually, it's, but they're different color greens. So make sure you put like different in there. Like you might have one stem. You can do one stroke of the brush for a leaf. I'm going to do one right now. Like it's a terrible color green, but you can always go over it. It doesn't matter. And then hopefully it'll take quick, Yeah, it was pouring rain when we got here. Is that good for your garden? Yeah.
Well, it's been too much. Last week was rain all week. So
It's not good for the gardens?
Not that much.
No, it's not.
Nope.
And does it kill, can it kill a whole crop?
Oh yeah, last year it was crop failure for everything.
It
'cause
was?
just didn't stop raining. It never stopped raining.
God, I can't even believe it. And do you think, will the boys major in this kind of industry or no?
Nate wants to be a chef, so he may make.
Oh, he
use
really
of the
does?
food,
I
yeah.
didn't know that. Oh, you're kidding. Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah, so he likes to cook with.
So he'll go
everything.
to maybe a Johnson and Wales, or actually a trade school is not a bad idea either. I wonder if CCSU, where my kid goes, is good.
Well, the new high school has culinary.
That's
too.
right. They're bringing all that stuff back, right?
Yeah.
Home ec?
Yeah,
Oh,
culinary.
I
they're calling
hope
it
so.
now,
I
but
think
yeah.
that was one of the reasons why I liked school. Didn't you?
Oh yeah, I loved home ec.
We even had sewing. And I mean, oh, don't worry, that's easy. She dropped it on the ground. But see, it's so easy to clean up. And plus, we can even clean it up later because a lot of people are like, oh my God, I got paint on the ground. And it's like, even if it dries, it's going to come off because it's water-based.
I don't think I'm a painter, Dawn. This is not.
No, we'll show it in a second. It's way better than mine. Look at mine compared to yours. Mine looks like a Charlie Brown drawing. But I'm not even close to done. I'm just going to whip it up. Let me show you hers really quick. Hold on. I've got my mic's in my pocket, so I can show you. Now watch the difference, because everybody's like, oh, Dawn. Sorry, Rich, I'm coming over here. There he is. Okay, I'm coming over to the camera. Okay, so hold on. I'm showing hers first. Okay, so this is hers. Okay. And it's way better when I back off.
Needs
And
back
then
way
this is
off.
mine. I mean, it's like night and day. So we're going to try to make mine good in 10 minutes. You know what? And you never know. So I'm going to go back over here. And we'll see. We could go into another episode. It goes by so quick. But it's like sometimes, I like,
So should I fill in the background here?
put the green in the background. And then what you also can do at the very end is you can even draw around the jar. I'll do it quick too when you're done. And you write the letter ball in at the very end. I've done so many of these. But I got to get some color on mine.
The last time I painted with you was 10 years ago.
10 years ago. I
Yeah.
can't even believe it.
At my 40th.
Was it really? Yeah, we're kind of
No, I
similar
turned-
in birthday, but you're not turning.
I'm turning 50.
50?
Yeah.
That's it?
That's it.
That's
yeah.
it?
That's it.
So I'm going to go over my flowers. I'm doing one brush, see? One stroke, but I got to go thicker because this darn Sharpie's throwing through. Did the boys ever take art? Does Nate take art? No. He'll take the culinary classes, though, at the high school?
Yeah.
I wonder if it's even going to open. They got to go fast. Don't we have an open house coming up?
I'm not sure.
Someone said this an open house, and I'm like, oh, God, I don't know if it's ready.
They must be.
It's got to be
scrambling,
gorgeous.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine. It's got to be gorgeous. I mean, how could it not? It costs a fortune. We'll see, right?
We'll see.
And then Ben goes to, where'd you say, LaSalle?
Yeah.
What town is that in?
Newton, Mass.
Oh, that's fancy. It's rich. Tom Brady lived in Newton.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. My sister used to see him at the Milton Market, and then he moved. But, because my sister lives in Milton. It's kind of nice. I mean, it's a nice town. Newton's fancy, very fancy. I got more white over here, too. See? You need it?
Okay.
Yeah. And then I'm just going to try to make mine pop. And these are zinnias. What
Yep.
else do we got going in
We
here?
have zinnia, ageratum. That one has dill in it over there.
Dill?
Yeah.
You sell all that at the shop?
Yeah.
What about basil? Do you grow that?
Yeah.
Really? Mm-hmm. And you know when you can buy like just a cup of basil at the Stop and Shop and it's like $5.99 and it's just in a cup? How come that stuff you can't? I put it into a pot, it dies. Can you put it outside? I should put it outside.
Basil likes it hot. Yeah.
Hot?
Yeah.
Tons of sun?
Tons of sun.
Tons of water?
Not tons of water.
No. Okay. What about little succulents and those kind of things? Do you
Yeah,
sell
we've
those?
got those too.
You really do?
Yeah.
God, I can't believe it. Okay, I love her thing. I'm going to make mine like a pink. So I'm going to need some, a lot of red. We have 5 minutes. We'll see what happens. Goes by fast. But the whole thing is, God, I can't believe it. Yeah, I couldn't believe when we walked in and you had your painting in the hallway.
Yeah.
Now, what about heat at your house? Like
Propane.
mine, oil?
Propane.
It is, the whole house?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that cheap now, or is everything awful?
I have no idea. I was
I wonder.
actually on my to-do list to try to figure that out today for the winter.
And
But
that's
I
what
didn't do it.
Did it come with like that? Yeah?
No, it was converted to propane.
It was?
Yeah.
Okay. And I don't know what to do with my house. What's the year on that house? 17 something?
1820.
Can you even believe it? What about mice like me? I have mice.
Yeah, well, that's why I have the cat.
Does it work?
We'll see. The cat's only 5 months old.
That's it?
Yeah.
He's so cute, too. You did a sunflower in yours. That was so smart. She did a sunflower. I'm going to make mine into a sunflower, too. We'll see. And don't worry with these. Flowers are hard to paint. You just have to remember they're just petals. The light hits every petal a little bit different. So the inside of the petal near the middle of the flower is going to be darker because it doesn't get as much light. And the outside's going to get a little bit more. Yeah. And then, so did like all your friends from high school, are they still living in Waterbury? A lot of them?
No, I grew up in Southbury.
Oh, that's
so,
right,
yeah,
Southbury.
Yeah.
That's like Middlebury too, right?
Yeah.
It's very different.
No, I don't.
I'm going to put the middle of my flower black on a few of these, not them all. And then if you want to, you can do stuff like this. A lot of people like to go around, it can be a modern painting. It doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, mine never come out perfect, but
This is far from perfect.
no, you can always, no, that's very cute though, see? And then once you sign a painting, it's a whole different thing. The signature is everything. And you can't just write Jen, like Jen, and when people say by Jen, that's even worse, especially for an adult. You do not want to write by Dawn. It's terrible. That's what people do in second grade, so don't do that. And then figure out a fancy signature, like almost like your checkbook is what you want it to look like. Now I'm going to go back and I'm just going to put some things like that. See that, Jen? So when I go like this, it makes my jar kind of look like it has a, I think yours is going to be better than mine, but it's still fun.
I don't think so.
I know, right? And so you're open 6 days a week.
6 days a week, just closed Mondays.
You're just closed Mondays? That's
Yeah,
it?
That's it.
And how many people? She has a whole bunch of kids working for her, and then they go back to college?
Most of them go back. There's a few that stay year round.
There are?
Yeah.
There really are?
Yeah. The hardest worker is this 70-year-old lady that I
Really?
love. Yeah.
How'd you get her to work for you?
She just showed
Was
up.
she a customer one day?
Nope, she just showed up one March and I hired
she's
her.
great?
I hired her in 10 seconds.
You
yeah.
did?
Hi, Debbie. I know
Debbie,
she's watching.
hi Debbie, we love Debbie. Does
We
she
love
love
Debbie.
it there?
Yeah, she does.
She does?
Yeah, she's the best.
And was she good at this anyway, or did she just was like, I want to work here?
She's good at everything.
She is?
Yeah.
Oh my God. And so what about Nate? Does he cook for you guys like a lot? He really does? I can't even believe it. We got 2 minutes left. It's nothing. And we're going to sign these things. I love yours. I think it's perfect. I'm going to
right,
try to
Paul?
whip mine up. Remember, what I do sometimes at the end, even if we wreck it, I sign my name into the painting like this. It just looks way better.
Is this when I go over the ball on it? Like, right.
Yeah, just like one stroke. Like, pick part of the jar where the light is hitting. So watch, if you think the light is shining down, it's going to hit this part of the petal, not the inside. It's going to hit the outside of the petal. It's going to hit this part of the jar. I could have some of the yellow showing down in the jar if I wanted to, like this, see? You could do that. if you want. And then don't forget your stems. Yeah, and just write ball right over it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to write ball right like this. Watch this. I'm just going to do it. I don't care. And you know what? When I was at Chopra, I ran into Pauline, one of my former students. I don't even know how old she is. Pauline, you look great. But I ran right into her. I was buying ramen noodles, and she was like, how much sodium is in this? And I was like, oh, over 1,000, easy. Pauline, at your age, I would use half a packet. And she would, maybe a quarter packet, because she's like, I have heart issues. And I'm like, oh, well, then don't use the whole packet, because that stuff is not good for you. See what I mean? And then you can always go over something. You can say, you know what, I'm going to have this, see, I'm going to have a little red in this one. Or, I'm going to put a little bit of that there. And then don't worry about it, because it's like, it's something to put on your wall. Instead of people have those prints from Ocean State job lot. It doesn't even look good. It's like awful. That's it. We have no time left, so this is crazy. So we're going to go with the credits, and I'm going to try to get Rich to put in a clip of us at the farm so that you can see it. But basically, when you're on Meadow Road, it connects New Britain Avenue to Main Street, Farmington. So if you take a left on Meadow Road, right off Farmington, you'll run right into the farm, and you are going to love it. So thanks for tuning in to the Crack of Dawn. We had a ball with these paintings. Look gorgeous. I'm going to show you.
Thank you for
Now
having
they're
me.
both really cute. And they're just something to put on the wall. Don't forget to paint the sides, and we will see you on the next episode of The Crack of Dawn. Thanks so much for tuning in. Bye. Thanks for coming on,
Thank
Jen.
you
We
for
had a
having
ball.
me.
All right, don't forget to stop at the farm for all the goods that you need, and heirloom tomatoes and every single thing that you need to stop by. September 14th, Saturday, chicken stock. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.
Bye.
The water's warm at Jaws Pond, and we're stocked full of treasures. Big or small, we buy it all. We buy and sell fast rides, power tools, vintage guitars, and so much more. Walk the plank in style with our fine jewelry, diamonds, and watches. Plus, we have a huge selection of the latest video games, including the new PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. Jaws Pond, conveniently located on Meriden Waterbury Turnpike in Southington and West Main Street in New Britain.
I'm your host, Kurt Barwis. Today, I have a very special guest, Dr. Andrew Lin.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Veterans Corner. My name is Chuck Wooden.
Decision for ourselves for this week, if we want to be made well.
Hi, welcome to the Crack of Dawn. It's Dawn Lombardi. I'm starting the painting. It's going to be the clips with some water. Love it.
He took me on the sets of Lost in Space, Batman.
Everybody has a story. What's yours? Until next time,